बात करने
Live now. It's live now.
Is there?
So
जो बेस्ट हो सका, I have put on both my data card and hotspot.
So we are now gone. We have live now. You can start.
Good evening, everyone. Jai Gurudev. My name is Ravi Rao. I'm head of Department for Central Training and Placement Cell at CST University. You might have seen me yesterday discussing about one of the most backbone specialization of MBA program, which is finance. We are going to another specialization today, which is most popular. Most of the young graduates wanted to look at this specialization to start their MBA career with. You know, we have an expert panel today. We have Dr. Sanjeev Arora with us. Dr. Sanjeev Arora is currently engaged as Professor Marketing at Faculty of Management Studies, Sri Sri University. He has a 26 years of post-MBA exposure to corporate marketing, training, teaching, research, and consulting. He is a Mumbai University recognized management faculty and a startup top management institutes like NIMS, BIMTech, Samaya, Valinka, Chetna, Alandamia, Mumbai, Delhi, NCR, etc. He has guided students across multiple institutions in their project at the graduate and the doctorate level. He has handled diversified assignments with companies like Balsera, Bestfood, Godrej, NIT, the India Today Group, Dainik Bhaskar in various leadership positions. He is the author of several papers on branding and management studies. He has presented the same at various national and international conferences. He is on the expert panel of JBM and the world's foremost branding journal and is often consulted for his subject matter expertise. Dr. Sanjeev Arora, I welcome to the session, sir.
Thank you very much, Ravi. It's a real privilege.
Thank you for acknowledgement. So we have another expert panel, one of the most excellent and phenomenal faculty. We have a Dr. Subhas Nath. He has a 20+ years of experience, with 16 years in academics and 4 years in industry into sales and marketing. His research experience is 13 years. He has published 3 book publications in international journals, followed by 36 international publications in international journals. He's an art of living teacher, one of the most phenomenal faculty we have. Subhas Nath, sir, we welcome you to the session, sir. Maybe because of the technical glitches, he may not be connected. We are going to come back to him again. We are going to introduce 2 of our students right now. And I keep on telling you, it's really feel great when you introduce your own students who got graduated from SSU campus, working with the reputed corporates right now, and very responsible, very committed, very dedicated. Let me introduce my first student. He's an MBA from 2017-19 batch, got a campus placement in XCube Labs. Raghav Bhatnagar. He's a market analyst. Raghav, I welcome to the session.
Thank you, sir. Glad to be here.
Thank you, Raghav. Thank you for acknowledgement. We have another very outstanding student. She's from 2016-18, working as an analyst for marketing strategy and planning with one of the most reputed and phenomenal company called Deloitte. Abhinga Mahakali. I welcome to the session.
Thank you, sir. Looking forward for this discussion today.
Thank you very much. This is absolutely going to be a very significant session for today, because most of the people who wanted to pursue the MBA education wanted to look at marketing as one of their specialization. Most of the people look at marketing as it has a lot of job opportunities. Is it something which we have to focus on? We have to believe on the skill set and the interest we have. My first question goes to Dr. Sanjeev Arora, sir. The pedagogy which we have for the marketing student to train at the SSU campus, sir, do you find any uniqueness there? Because a lot of institutions actually teaching the marketing student. I'm sure we are different, but is there any different pedagogy we carry for them?
Thank you, Ravi. That's an excellent question. And I would like to start by first saying that marketing itself is special because it is probably the only revenue center. It, ideates, it creates, it sells, connects to the, customer, and then does all this all over again. At SSU, I would like to answer this question along 3 dimensions: the who, the what, and the how. So who is the customer here. At SSU, we believe that the customer is industry. Customer would be our recruiters, the companies that come to us to recruit our students. What are we selling them? What here is the product? And according to me, the product in this case is none other than our students. So I would say that they are the focus of all our efforts, because at the end of the day, all the marketing in the world will not help you unless the product is very exceptional. And that is why we at SSU believe in preparing that exceptional product. How do we do this? We do this with that how. When we come to the how, then actually we realize the importance of the process. At SSU, we have always believed that experiential learning is the key. Learning by rote is something that has completely outlived its usefulness. It is no longer relevant to today's scenario. And especially if we talk about the scenario that's unfolding in front of our eyes right now, the pandemic, all the rules of the game have changed. We will need to adapt, we will need to customize, and we will need to look at the how even more meticulously now, specifically. And at SSU, we do that right at the outset. When, for example, we go about framing the curriculum, industry experts, we are constantly in touch with them. And that, Ravi, is also thanks to you, because you serve as a very, very important via media there, along with the other people, of course, at SSU. So through you and through the other stakeholders, we are in constant touch with industry. So we are aware of what is required. We need to update. We need to be in sync with the times. We need to keep giving our students the latest in terms of inputs, the latest in terms of pedagogy, the latest in terms of thought processes, because as I see it, the future lies not so much in traditional learning, but in blended learning. So we will need to now integrate the traditional with the digital, the unconventional. So that's blended learning. In the process, what we end up creating is an augmented knowledge base, which in turn is mapped very closely with the customer expectations, customer in this case being industry. And that really, I think, is the unique selling proposition, or the UCP, the unique customer proposition. That is how I believe we are able to differentiate.
So what a way to answer it. Thank you very much. Excellently driven. And then I could understand the words we have used. It is definitely going to sound like a marketing, the well-acute market professor is talking about. It's blended learning. You talk about augmented learning. You talk about who, what, how. I mean, this is really, this is a perfect synergy you have created. Thank you very much for answering this, sir. If Dr. Subhasna sir is on the line right now, sir, I wanted to ask you the same question. Are you there? Maybe some technical problems. Yeah, you're there. You're there.
Yeah.
I welcome Dr. Subhasna.
Good evening,
sir.
friends.
Thank you very much for coming here. I think Dr. Sanjeev Arora has answered this question in the most phenomenal way, sir. Do you have any addition? The way we train marketing students at SSU campus, what exactly the pedagogy which is very unique, which we carry to train them?
See, we believe our students are our friends at all first, and we treat them accordingly. And whenever we are treating them as a friend, they should know where they are actually. And we are there to make the nourishment from the beginning, from the funnel, the root of the funnel. We are trying to nourish them. And the whole psychology of the student is that to ask the question why I'm here and what I'm there to getting out of the whole syllabi. But we are focusing on that, how to groom the students to be sellable at the end to the corporates. And we all faculties in the marketing team are being very much committed, devoted for that. Students are also there to learn how we are making them suitably for the industry. Our focus is that to groom them from the beginning, and not only the pedagogy, but also what the practical demands from the corporates. We are there to match the skills inside them. We are there to incorporate the skills inside them so that they could groom themselves by their own. And they are also very free to ask any kind of their doubts, questions, and their future career and whatever their requirements at any time to us. And we are very much friendly atmosphere. We are having very much friendly atmosphere at Sri Sri University. And by that, at a whole, at a large, you can say we can build their career in such a way they cannot fail at any moment, at any time of their career. Raviji.
Excellent, sir. Excellent. I think the point which you have mentioned is very significant point, sir. You talk about we are available for every students to grow further. It is not about pedagogy. It is about industry exposure we are giving to the students.
Definitely,
What a phenomenal
definitely.
answer, sir. We are really unique in that. Thank you very much for sharing that.
Definitely. Thank you.
My next question goes to one of the favorite students, Raghav Bhatnagar. Raghav, my question to you is the pedagogy which we carry, the way you have been trained, the way you have been imparted the real inputs about employability skill and the domain knowledge really helped you to get the campus placement in XQ Labs, and you're really helping you to go professionally with your career right now.
Absolutely, sir. I mean, I'm glad to answer this question. And in fact, I remember like when I visited campus during convocation, I interacted with Subhash Nath, sir. And the first thing I said to him was, thank you, sir. Whatever we studied in the class, I cannot express that how I'm actually getting to experience all the theoretical knowledge which we students assume that it's all theory, but I'm actually implementing it and it's helping me in my company. And throughout, even if we speak from the point of interview purpose, then yes, once we enter into personal interview, they ask you questions that what did you learn and how do you think you can implement this when you're actually there in the market. So even they were quite amazed when I told them that, we are giving this 360-degree education altogether, a very holistic approach. You're not just limited to, writing down something, but actually how you can implement it. And it's really great that you get to learn exactly what's needed, what's relevant. And as Dr. Sanjeev Arora also mentioned that, that now that the times have changed, how is it that we can adapt ourselves to it? Then it's absolutely right there, because when we study marketing, we are studying theoretical basic concepts which build your foundation. And eventually we're also, given exposure to subjects like digital marketing, per se, that actually tells you how you could transition from your traditional approach to the current approach. And even sales, in particular, when Nath sir was teaching us sales, then we realized that everything that we were studying, from prospecting to funnels and everything, it is exactly as it happens in the market. So I think my experience in particular with whatever was being taught has been phenomenal.
Rao, thank you very much for sharing this. I'm very glad that the pedagogy which we normally carry is helping individual students to go further. Thank you very much for sharing that. My next question goes to Abhinga Mahakali. Ma'am, you're working with such a reputed and renowned company right now with Deloitte as analyst for planning and strategy. What do you normally look at? The pedagogy which SSU carry is going to help you to get a job and make you grow professionally right now. Is it helping you there? Abhinga, are you there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. So whatever we have studied during my MBA days, I think it was really helpful for me right now where I am. And one thing that really stood out for me was the marketing conclaves that we used to conduct, the annual marketing conclaves where we research on the emerging trends and topics in marketing and present it in front of the industry experts. So that is something that was really helpful for me to look at in terms of what are the latest trends and how we can adapt ourselves in marketing. And also, as Subhash Nath sir clearly mentioned, that the faculty are just amazing. They are so helpful in terms of not just teaching through case study methods in classes, but also we have really good real-time projects that we take up during the curriculum. So one of such project was a branding exercise that we did, where we started building our own brand with the brand elements, right from creating ads to the product design. So the entire exercise gave us a business scenario to understand how is a brand actually built. And right now, where I am working at the marketing strategy planning team at Deloitte, it really helps me to connect the dots. And it's actually whatever we have studied and whatever we have done during our MBA, it is actually impactful, because what we do there is through a case study method. And once we come out to the market and enter our jobs, it is a real-time thing. You are supposed to be very confident and sure about what you're doing. So this aspect was really helpful for me.
I mean, I'm extremely glad. I'm sure every faculty and the staff at SSU will be glad that it's working out. The way we have drafted the pedagogy, it is going to help students. It is helping students. That is something which is great. Abhinga, thank you very much for sharing your inputs for this.
Thank you.
My next question goes to Dr. Sanjeev Arora. Sir, Dr. Sanjeev, sir, this is very important question. Comes to mind every time. The world is changing. COVID-19 has brought a lot of changes in life of people. People are turning into brick and mortar to digital right now. How do you think the marketing specialization is going to turn out?
Thank you, Ravi. Again, a very, very good question, a very topical question. It's something I think that all of us have been thinking about, because what we've been seeing in the last couple of months defies description, defies imagination, frankly speaking. Now, the show must go on as usual. We still need to find a way to tackle this crisis and to get across to our customers. So again, at the cost of repeating myself, I will take you on those same dimensions: who, what, how. The who, the what, the how. In this case, what is going to happen is the who may remain the same, which would be our customers at the end of the day. The what may also remain the same, though we will need to customize it a bit. That is the product we are going to sell to them. It is again the how that is going to be the decider. Now, I was just reading this very interesting article, Ravi, on the internet, and even in the midst of this disaster, this pandemic, there are 3 people whose net worth actually increased during the last 2 months. Can you guess who those 3 people were?
That is interesting, sir.
Okay, so just to sum this up, the 3 people were, okay, Bezos, Zuckerberg, Gates. And now I think all of us here, this esteemed audience, I think all of us have seen the link. The reason their net worth has gone up is because we are talking online technology. So what I see here is now an acceleration. There was always a shift towards the digital, the virtual. Now I see an accelerated pace where we will see the traditional and digital, yes, coexist, because we cannot do away with the traditional completely, right? Just to give you an example, during this closure, many of us have survived thanks to the local Kirana store, the grocery store, at the end of our lane, who has been keeping us, going when most of the malls, supermarkets, etc. were shut down by the government. So the traditional will be there, but what I foresee is that more and more of this pie now will start going to digital. So for example, even, I'm not talking about e-commerce alone, even things like, for example, brand engagement. As a marketing person, how do I now engage with my customers? Most of the time, it will be very difficult to do it face-to-face in this current scenario, given the social distancing and the other norms. But I still need to keep that engagement going, because if I do not, then chances are they will forget. We in branding, in marketing, we study all these things. We study recall rate, we study forgetting rate. So I am sure Raghav, Avigna, all of them, they were taught by some of the best at SSU. They would, be able to connect. Subhash Nath sir, obviously, since he's my colleague in marketing, they would be able to connect with what I'm saying. We still need to keep this engagement going. So more of this engagement will now shift to maybe social media. More of it will shift to digital platforms. More of, what we do, even in terms of activities, etc., would be, on say Facebook or Insta or, Twitter. At the same time, we will also need to keep the traditional going. So again, I see a blended model here. Again, I see the best of traditional and digital coming together. And I think that these challenges can be overcome only if we are able to move quickly and, adapt, and we are able to customize our strategies.
Wow, that's well answered, sir. As far as my understanding from this conversation has been taken, I said, you're talking about the integration of conventional and the modern technology in marketing. That's what you're referring to? That's what
Absolutely, Ravi. Absolutely, Ravi. Absolutely.
Excellent. Excellent. Thank you very much for sharing, sir. My next question goes to Dr. Subhash Nath, sir. Sir, a very important question comes to my mind because I'm heading the training and placement for last 12 years, working with CC University for 3 years right now. The only thing comes to my mind, when we normally speak about marketing, is it only about marketing as a core job, or the student has to start with the sales management? If we are doing it for the sales, don't you think, sir, it is one of the starting for the marketing students to go ahead? What's your input? Sir, is it connected, sir? Can you hear me now? No problem.
Hello.
There could be some, yes, sir. Yeah, I can hear it right
Yeah.
now.
Raviji, you rightly said that selling is the key for success in marketing. See, the students are having hesitations to go for the career in sales, right? There are certain mindset that sales means they should go to door-to-door sales and all this, but that's not the right things. Even the CEOs of the companies are also doing sales. You know, if you are thinking about digital marketing, SEOs, Google Analytics, affiliated marketing, all these sorts of things are based on selling. You know, selling success actually requires strategic thinking behind every point of sales process. No, what is the strategic thinking? That's a skill, and that's to be generated. And SSU has been privileged every time we are trying to push up the students to generate the strategic thinking. Whatever you are going to do in the different platforms over there, you are there to do the sale. See, even the finance guy at present also doing the sale. Even the marketing guy is doing the sale. Even the HR guy is also doing the sale. Selling is the buzzword, and we all have to accept that positively. And we have to find out the pathway where we can make the demands and need intuition, empathy, technical skills, the creativity, and a lots of critical thinking on that. No, often at the highlighting speed is that we have to catch up the sales. And people are segregating themselves. The companies are or the competitors are making themselves different from one another on the aspect of their selling skills. And that's the buzzword we have to create with our students so that they could face the reality in the world. They are not in the reality world. At the end of the day, they have to face the reality world. And we have to make them aware that this is the reality, that sales are the blood inside you, which you have to carry out every time, everywhere. Even if you are dreaming something, sales are there. Then only will be success in your career. And it's not that you are going to have the sales door-to-door sale, or you can say that's the mindset we're having. That's the mindset the people are having. As Professor Arora rightly said, that whom, how these points are to be focused only when we are strategically thinking. And Raghav is the live example. When he came to me and told me, sir, whenever you taught me about the process of selling from pre-approach to closing of a sales, I could not able to smell out how could the difficulties there in the real world. Now
Right.
he's going to find out how to go for free approach, how to go for prospecting. And that's the reality. When we are going to handle the objections from the customer, even if we are in the marketing type, let's say a person has been working in the digital field, when he's discussing with the clients, having certain queries, he has to handle the objection. So he should know the process, how to handle the objection even. That's the skill he has to generate. So sales are the backbone, are the, you can say, the root of every kind of marketing activities you are doing. Even if sales focuses on the sales volume only, marketing focuses on the customer satisfaction, we can only give the satisfaction to the customer if we can create the value with our sales. And that's, we have to accept it.
Excellent, sir. I mean, a lot of other inputs. You know, I'm sure it is going to give a lot of clarity to the people who only thinks about that marketing is something which is very different, but then they have to start with the sales. You said about it's a blood of marketing. It's a core
Yes.
of marketing. It's a starting. Thank you very much for
Yes.
sharing this, sir. The same question I wanted to put it across to our student Raghav Bhatnagar. The conditions, the talk, the protocol which Subhash sir actually spoke about right now. Raghav, you really believe that sales is the first domain to start with as far as the marketing is concerned?
Yes, sir. Absolutely. I agree with him, and I couldn't agree with him any more, more after joining corporate. So I want to say one thing to all the MBA aspirants, especially for the marketing. So they believe that, we are doing MBA, we need to do some strategic thinking and brainstorming, and marketing is the right thing for it. But I think that sales is actually the ground, where you can actually form the basis to be a good marketer. In fact, sales is actually very strategic, because that is where you get to know ground realities of what is it that you're selling, who is it that you're selling to, what is the customer behavior like. So everything in marketing that you study, it all boils down to sales. And again, I'll agree with the panelists that whatever you're doing, whether you're in finance or whether you're a CEO, at the end of the day, whatever you're doing, it's sales itself. And the more you cannot get more in any more insights from any other vertical as much as you can get from sales. And even if you happen to be, whether you happen to go into direct core marketing or sales, the collaboration between the two is very strong from what I have observed. It's very strong, and together both of you are supposed to form strategies. Your work is not limited to door-to-door selling or just speaking to someone that, sir, I have a product X, I want you to buy it. It's not limited to that. It's about the planning and the strategic planning that you have done throughout your organization, the collaboration you have done, the pitch you have created, and how you reach out to them. And once you're coming back to your company, what are the data insights that you have brought? Because now we live in a world which is driven by data, and salespeople are actually again becoming the driving force behind data analytics. So it's like a win-win situation for salespeople, that you get to experience the best of all the specializations while you're out there.
Wow, strategic planning, collaborations, and data. Raghav, what a point to be raised on. I'm sure it will give very good note to the people who really wanted to understand marketing is one of the specialties to look at. Thank you very much for sharing it.
Ravi, I would like to add something. Ravi?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Please.
I'm so sorry. I would like to add something to what Raghav said.
Sir.
And we forget that, in the pursuit of, other verticals in marketing, we also forget that sales happens to be the only revenue center.
Right.
Worked extensively in industry. I have
Right.
experienced some of the best companies. I also started my career in sales. After doing my management from Sydenham, Mumbai, I had a choice. I opted for sales because I agree completely with what is being said here. In fact, that should be the first choice for any student. Sales is the only revenue center. Even in marketing, it is the only revenue center. The others are just support functions. Thank you.
Right.
Thank you.
And that's a well point, sir. I mean, the sales is only the unit which creates a revenue for the company to sustain. And sustainability is a bigger problem for most of the corporate. Thank you very much for raising that point. It's a nice addition to be made at the end. Thank you very much. My next question goes to Abhinga Mahakali. Abhinga, you're there.
Yes.
Okay, Abhinga is working as analyst of the marketing strategy and planning with Deloitte. Abhinga, my real question to you is, lot of people select marketing specialization because it is a various jobs. It is a no matter, it is a maximum job. Is it the only way that somebody has to look at marketing specialization to take up, or people should understand their skill and interest attached to it when they go for marketing specializations?
Yeah, I think it is really important to understand the skill set that you possess. The MBA program, in the first year, you have the general management where you study all the subjects, marketing, finance, HR, and so on. But in even the summer internship program, and this is the time which gives you an idea to understand where is your strength, what is it that you want to do ahead in your career, and what are the skills you're good at. So this is the time where students can really explore what is their skill set. And I can take my personal example. So I was really keen about marketing in the first year, and I also had an interest in HR. So I wanted to explore both the domains. And since I had a little experience in marketing, I took up an HR internship. And though the internship went really well, I knew that my heart lies in marketing, and that is where I'm meant to be, because that really gave me a clarity to understand what is the career I want to choose ahead. And once I started the curriculum with the second year, and it went on, we looked at a lot of subjects, and I started looking at things with a marketing lens. Like if I look at an ad, or if I look at, even if I go to a retail store and look at different things, how they are placed, how the products are placed. So your perspective completely changes to a marketeer. So this was one indication which made me realize that this is something that, where I want to grow my career, and this is something where I want to do my job, and I'm really passionate about. So I think every student must understand what is it that they're passionate about, rather than looking at what are the jobs that are available in the market, because it's very dynamic. We never knew that this is going, like we can take an example of Zoom. Who knew that Zoom would be so popular now?
Right.
So I think market is very dynamic. There are a lot of changes that keep happening, and one thing that doesn't change is your own skill set. That is what you need to invest on. So I recommend all the students or the aspirants to understand what is your strength and play to it.
I mean, what is an excellent way. I mean, you have put something into sequence to my mind. To be very, I'm very clear right now because my major was marketing and I'm working with the HR domain. So important is what you study, what you do is absolutely based on the interest. It's not about the employment opportunity people have. Thank you very much for clarifying this. And Zoom, yes, we are turning into digital. Zoom should be very happy after listening to you. Thank you very much for sharing that. We have a very rapid fire round here, very small question to all four of you. The first question will go to Dr. Sanjeev Arora, sir. Sir, just a one word, if you wanted to hire a marketing student for your company, what is the first skill you look at? Only one line. That's one skill you look at.
The answer will surprise you, Ravi. Attitude. Attitude.
That's nice, sir. That's nice. Our attitude is one. Yes. That make Dr. Subhash Nath, sir. What exactly the one thing which you look at when you're going to hire a marketing student for the company or maybe for anyone you want to refer to?
Entrepreneurship skills.
Wow. So attitude, entrepreneurial skill. Wow. That's going very well. Raghav,
Be creative and innovative.
You say creative, innovative, or entrepreneurial skills. So I will pick up entrepreneurial right now. So Raghav, what is your opinion? What is that one skill set?
The scope for innovation, sir.
Scope
That
for
matters in marketing. For marketers, yes. Innovation and of course a convincing personality.
See, when I look at you, Raghav, you look like a marketer to me, the innovative. Wow, thank you very much for sharing that word. Abhinga, what do you think? What is the first word comes to your mind when you're talking about the skill a marketer should have?
I think it's about being adaptive and having a learning attitude.
Wow. So I think this is the real chapter. This is the real answer to all the new aspirants who wanted to look at marketing at one of the specializations: attitude, entrepreneurial skills, innovations, and these are the three things which are unadoptable. These are the four things when you're going to integrate them together is going to create a real marketing professional. What a phenomenal session was. I just wanted to run a video here because the way we are going to train, or the way we are training, and the way we are going to train our MBA students in SSU campus has to be visible. This video completely defect. We just talk about what exactly we do when we groom students holistically. I request my technology team to run the video piece.
call Sri Sri University their home.
If I had to point out that one thing that really makes me feel special about studying in SSU, it would be that synergy between the students. And that I think is the most.
I'm sure that the students will make decisions in the near future that will change the world for the better.
I'm really happy to be here, and with every day I understand more how I appreciate this time.
Sri Sri University offers courses from an undergrad to a master's level and also PhDs. Sri Sri University is one of the first universities in all of Asia to introduce osteopathy, a drug-free, non-invasive manual therapy that aims to bring a revolution in the path of medical science. Yoga, meditation, and spiritual values are the foundations on which the university stands tall. And it is these that are shaping the personalities of our students inside out.
There is no ragging happening. There is no one picking on each other. And that is really important, I feel. The environment of the university is such that the emotional quotient automatically develops in a person.
This is my 4th year in SSU, and I have seen a transformation on a very large scale in my life.
It gives you more than it promises. So that's all a person can ask for.
Sports is a way of life at Sri Sri University and is clearly exhibited in this vibrant campus and its students. The annual Fest Orion is a pursuit for brilliance. It is envisioned to be the biggest social celebration in Odisha and Eastern India, with the ambition of becoming the best annual fest in the world. Our alumni have been placed in some of the top multinationals, while some have set forth to create successful startups of their own.
Sri Sri University was one place I looked at where I feel I could learn more than just what's in the books, because at the end of the day, I realized it's a lot about handling people more than systems. It's about actually coming together and making a difference. And you don't find that so easily.
In 2018, Sri Sri University was awarded the Best Bootcamp Startup Award by the Government of Odisha. Right from its year of inception, Sri Sri University has been recognized with several other such awards. Our vision is to impart holistic and value-integrated education in order to develop visionary thinkers and leaders. The revolution in education has begun.
Now, this was excellent. We have seen the real video which talks about how we normally groom students holistically. And it's not a value when the MBA grads has to be trained for. It is not about only growing individually to earn money. It's about putting a lot of synergy into them so that they can turn to be a right human being who can contribute to the society, nation, and the globe. I mean, excellent with that. I'm sure I will come with a session right now, and it's the end, but we have a fabulous discussions among our panel members and our students. My sincere gratitude to Dr. Sanjeev Arora ji and Dr. Subhash Nasar. Thank you very much for joining the session.
Thank you, Ravi. Thank you for the invitation. It was a real pleasure and a real privilege, and it was wonderful meeting Raghav and Abhigna, though I did not have the pleasure of teaching them. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Abhijit. Thank you, Raghav. Thank you, Abhigna. And it's a real pleasure to meet them again after so many years.
Raghav and Abhigna, thank you very much. I mean, it was fabulous speaking to both of you. The way we are really proud, the way you got your dream job and growing professionally. You are adding every value. I'm sure You guys an asset to the company and going to add every positive value to the company every day. Thank you very much for connecting with us today. Raghav and Abhigna, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. It's been an honor as well. I'm really, really honored to be a part of this discussion, and of course, to have been taught by wonderful faculty like Subhash Nath sir, and really thankful to Sanjeev sir as well. Really got great insights from today's discussion from him as well.
Excellent. Abhigna, your comments, please.
Yeah, I'm really glad to be a part of this today. It is really I'm helpful to so many people out there who are going to take up MBA as their career option, and also an MBA at SSU. So I wish all the very best to all the aspirants out there, and it is very I'm thankful to be a part of this conversation.
Excellent, Abhigna. Thank you very much for sharing that. It gives a lot of confidence to the people when they look at, the students coming out from their SSU and working with the reputed corporates. I really wish you a very good luck and fly higher. Thank you very much for the session today.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, this was the marketing specialization today. We are going to carry off the human resource tomorrow. One of the most important people management skill the people should have. It is Ravi Prakash signing off. We are going to meet tomorrow at the same time. Take care. God bless. Jai Gurudev.
Jai Gurudev.
Jai Gurudev.
Jai Gurudev.